What is up, guys? My name is Rice. Welcome back to the channel. Today is a brand new video, and today, the Canadiens, well, tonight I should say, tonight the Canadiens played the Calgary Flames. We were in the Saddledome in Calgary. And yeah, I mean, not a good game score-wise. I mean, it was a fun game. There were parts of it that were entertaining. We're going to get into all that in a second. Before we get into anything else, I do want to say... I guess you could say the elephant in the room. I don't know if that's really a proper way to put it, but Marty St. Louis left the team today for personal reasons. We don't know exactly what's going on. My thoughts will be with him. Hopefully, it's nothing super serious. But yeah, so I just want to point that out because I know people might be in the comments. Why didn't you mention this? Why didn't you mention this? Again, my thoughts, Marty St. Louis, his family, hopefully everything is okay there. Yeah, get well. I don't know if that would be proper to say. I don't know. But yeah, my thoughts with Marty St. Louis, hopefully everything is okay there, and when he comes back, that the Habs fan base give him a lot of love. If he's back this season, hopefully he is. If not, the next season, whenever he comes back, hopefully we give him a lot of love in his first home game back. I think that'd be great. That'd be a really nice thing to do. And yeah, Trevor Letowski will be, I guess you could say, the not interim, but the temporary, I guess you could say, head coach while Marty is away from the team. And yeah, so I wanted to give a quick mention to that. And yeah, and also the reason that I'm doing a video instead of a stream is the usual, the Wi-Fi kind of sucks. Weird how I get fiber optic and it's still not great, but over the summer it'll be, for the off season it'll be fine. As long as I can get the videos out with the for the recaps, I think that's fine. I love interacting with you guys, but gotta make do what you can. So yeah, the open lines for the Canadiens. Now, for those who are new, by the way, how we do this is we go through the lines for both teams. I give a little game summary, recap, analysis. Then we go through the stats for the Habs, and then we get out of here. Usually, I would be reading the comments in the chat. However, there are none since, again, this is a video. So after the stream, after the video is uploaded, I will be reading the comments down in the comment section below. Let's get into it. We've already wasted a little bit of time, again, with my rambling on about why I'm not doing a video. But I'm doing a video instead of a live stream, and the intro, like usual. So, yeah. The opening lines for the Canadiens were Caufield, Suzuki, Slavkovsky, Waugh, Newhook, Armia, Gallagher, Evans, Anderson, Pearson, White, Harvey, Pinard, Matheson, Gooley, Jack-Eye, Savard, Struble, Harris. Caden Primo gets started net, a little bit surprising, and Sam Montembeault backs him up. He'll probably get the start. I would think against the Oilers. I would think he gets the start. I believe it's Monday. It might be Tuesday, but I believe it's Monday against the Oilers. Yeah. Opening lines for the Flames: Huberdeau, Kadri, Pospisil, Hunt, Sharangovich, Kuznetsov, Mangiapane, Backlund, Coleman, and Greer, Rooney, Coronado. How do the Flames develop their probably best prospect? By putting him on the fourth line with two grinders who have no idea what a puck is. Shillington, Anderson, Uyghur, Miromanov, and Ohutyuk Pastel were on the blue line. Dustin Wolf gets the start net for the Flames. His second in a row. He played great against the Golden Knights on Thursday, and a little bit of spoiler, he played very, very well tonight. I thought that he had a very impressive game. If you're a Habs fan who knows me, but you've never seen Dustin Wolf before, and you watch this game, yeah, you'll probably understand why I think he's a legitimate future top 10 goalie in the NHL, because he's played two great games in a row now. And Jacob Markstrom would back him up. I believe it was Dan Vladar, actually. Dan Vladar backs up Dustin Wolf. Jacob Markstrom, bit of a healthy scratch, surprisingly. Before the game, I already mentioned Marty St. Louis. I was going to do that before the game, but I figured I'd open with that, I guess you could say. The Flames press in the opening minute. Both teams exchange some shots. Coleman gets on a break after a Caufield giveaway, but a nice stop by Primo. Flames then press as near offside for Kadri. He nearly buried one. Habs then come back the other way, and Jack-Eye hits the crossbar. That was really close. Wolf, like most goalies, a little tap to the post, a little bit of a thank you. It was a very open game in the opening, I want to say 6-7 minutes. Lots of literal back and forth. Team gets a couple chances, goes back the other way, couple chances. Very much felt like 3-on-3 hockey, or like one of like the early outdoor games, like the Habs and Oilers. It felt very much like a back and forth type of game. Flames end up icing the puck twice at around 6 minutes to try and slow the game down. There's an offside at 7 minutes. Shot from Struble gets tipped by Josh Anderson, but Wolf gets a piece of it. Nice press there. Flames pressure the other way off a Habs turnover. That was one of the big things that I noticed tonight, was that the Habs were giving the puck away a lot. They were passing right to the Flames, and as well. And as well, I do want to say the Flames were doing very well at reading the Canadiens' passes and being able to take those away at that point. They did a very good job of that. I will say it was not exclusively the Habs just weren't good passing good. I guess weren't executing good passes. The Flames, like I said, were very, very good at reading what they were going for and taking that away as a result. There's a shot off of Uyghur right in front. Newhook just hits the side of the net. He had a very good open net, though. Well, not open net, but he had a very nice top corner. Could have sniped it. Tried to, but just couldn't get all of it. And Kuzmenko. I was watching the Leafs and the Hurricanes game. That's why this might be a little bit late. But Kuzmenko, off of another turnover by the Habs, there's a shot off the glove of Primo, and that just trickles wide. Habs then press the other way, but there's an offside. Good chances end up in front, but there's a couple turnovers. Again, Flames working over the Canadiens. Caufield gets a near chance. There's a wide open net, but just can't lift it above Dustin Wolf. Very good stop there. Caufield was down on one knee, so it wasn't like, oh, he just really didn't try. No, he was down on one knee and just wasn't able to get it going. Flames look to press. Habs do cause some turnovers. There's a nice deke. Suzuki has a 2-on-1 with Caufield. The shot is just wide. He elects to shoot instead of pass to Caufield. He was kind of over where he would have needed to be. And the Flames go to the power play a moment later as Gooley gets called for a hook. That sucks. Flames score. It really didn't take all that long. Backlund with a tip shot in front just deflects it past Primo for the 1-0 Flames lead. Habs are 0-for-1 on the penalty kill, unfortunately. Yoel Armia has a nice chance in front. He tries to shovel in a rebound. Wolf does hold on, though. Habs then go to the power play shortly after. AJ Greer gets called to the box for a hook. Both hooks that were called, they looked to be exactly that, so I didn't really have any complaints with the officials at that point. Top unit tries to press. Flames with a near short-handed look. Kuzmenko has a nice shot that's just off due to a jack eye, thankfully. Second unit ends up pressing in the final minute of the period. Joshua Waugh in front. Nice deflection, but just can't bear it. He does get a good look. Habs are 0-for-1 on the power play. Shots are 15-9 Canadiens after the first, but the Flames with a 1-0 lead. And scratch that. 11 seconds in. Mikael Backlund gets his second of the game. He was not at all covered by Mike Matheson. He was just... So basically what happens is the puck drop, Habs win it, give it to the Flames. They come in, there's a shot, it's into the corner, Primo goes to grab it, good Flame with the poke, and because Matheson's not at all trying to cover Backlund, just shoots it into the empty net. Matheson needs to be able to get back in time to at least cover that up. And he just wasn't able to. And 200th career goal for Mikael Backlund. Probably how he scored a lot of his goals is with a wide open empty net. Habs then try to press. Good D by the Flames. Matheson then hits the post on a 2-on-1. It went off the glove of Wolf and just off the post. Any other skater, that's probably off the glove and off the post and in. But it's off the post and out for Mike Matheson. Flames press 5 minutes in. There's some chances for them. They look for a 3-0 lead. Xhekaj and Kadri got a little bit engaged. Surprisingly, no fisticuffs at all between them during this game. Then it's 3-0 Flames, and this is where we really get into the weirdness of tonight. The first little bit of it. So Huberdeau's right in front. He has the puck. It's poked by Primo. Huberdeau leans into Primo, and Pospisil picks up the rebound and he buries it. Huberdeau's in the crease as he's leaning into Primo, not letting him make the save. Blatant goalie interference. So first of all, the refs call it a good goal. They don't see the goalie interference, apparently. And Trevor Letowski doesn't challenge the goal. Blatant goalie interference. Huberdeau is in the blue paint. He's in Primo's crease, clearly preventing him from making the save. And there's no challenge, and there's no immediate ref waving it off. There's nothing there. Well, that sucks. Habs tried to press, but the Flames, more turnovers. This was, again, a thing with the Canadiens tonight, was that the Flames were just able to read off their passes a very, very good bit. Yeah, they're breaking up a lot of the Canadiens' chances. So naturally, of course, the Canadiens score. It's a 2-on-1 off of a sudden turnover. Caufield, Cole Caufield, snaps a 12-game goalless drought. You know what? Fucking props to the Canadiens fan base for not shitting themselves that Caufield hasn't scored. They know, hopefully. Caufield's still probably a little bit banged up due to the shoulder surgery he had last year. Plus, the effects of still playing this season, it's probably wearing on a guy like him. So I completely get that he's going to have those droughts. And you know what? I'd rather have him have these droughts while we're rebuilding over when we're contending. I'd rather him have a 12-game goalless drought. Maybe he has a 7-game goalless drought. I think he had a 7-gamer earlier this year, actually. I'm pretty sure. But he has those types of droughts. I'd rather him have those now when we're rebuilding, and these really aren't going to mean much other than development, how can you handle with those goalless droughts? How can you adapt to that and be able to score to prevent those types of droughts? I think that's very good, obviously, to do now. As so when we're contending, Caufield, maybe he has, if he's very unlucky, an 8-9 game goalless drought, but he'll be able to capitalize after maybe 2 to 3, 4 games at most. I'm actually fine with him having these goalless droughts now, like I said, because rebuilding these games don't mean much. I'd rather him be able to put up 30, 40 goals, probably 50 goals, let's be honest, when he's in his prime. I'd rather that. But it's 3-1 on a 2-on-1. Suzuki and Slafkovsky with the assist on that one. A very nice one-timer. Just beats Dustin Wolf. Slafkovsky actually, nice little deke on Uyghur to get the puck to Suzuki to create the 2-on-1. Props to all three guys on that top line. They have been easily the best line for the Canadiens by far again. I guess that's what's going to happen when you're missing your second line center for literally 81.5 games of the year. And when you're missing not only your first and second best prospects, but you're also missing your best goalie prospect, who's obviously, Jacob Flowers not going to be here for 3-4 years. You're missing probably your best forward prospect, I'm going to say, assumingly, Ivan Demidov, hopefully. So I would not be mad at a Macklin Celebrini, Cole Eiserman, or Tigger Ginla. Wouldn't be mad if either of those guys getting drafted. Just don't go for Berkeley Catton or Zane Perrick, please. That'd be appreciated. Canadiens then try to press, but it's a penalty kill. Struble gets called for holding. That was actually, I think that was an alright call. Habs do get some clears, and it doesn't last long. Kadri gets called for a trip on Evans as he was falling through the air. So basically, he tries to draw a call on Primo. He gets a slight little whack, and he kind of just jumps up, ends up tripping Evans. So that's very funny. Habs end up being 1 for 2 on the PK as a result. On the 4-on-4, not much in ways of chances. The Habs do try to pressure. Power play, Flames get some easy clears. Second unit for the Habs gets a couple looks. They look for the 1-goal deficit, and it's 0 for 2 on the power play. And they go right back a couple minutes later. Pospisil is called for roughing on Suzuki. So basically, Suzuki gives him a small little hit. Pospisil just turns around, engages with him, tries to get him into a fight, ends up shoving Suzuki down. Slafkovsky immediately gets in there. And after the whistle, Andy and Jack-Eye both go over to talk to Pospisil. The refs get in between. They won't let him go. I was hoping somebody would give the good old Martin McSorley to Pospisil. However, nobody did. So Pospisil gets a double minor for roughing, and Andy also gets a roughing. The Habs are on the power play. NHL.com took a little bit to update that, actually, funny enough. The Habs do look good on the power play. They are motivated to try and make it 3-2. Just can't bury any chances with the first unit, as the Flames did very well at covering Caufield without straight up putting, two guys on him like the Capitals do with like people do when they're playing the Capitals with Ovechkin, you know. Slav had a couple looks. Yeah, Slav nearly has a chance. And Joshua Waugh with a very, very nice spinorama, with a nice shot on net. Just isn't able to bury it. He did have a very good chance, though, with the second unit. Habs end up being over 3 on the power play. And we score. David Savard gets his 6th goal of the season from Tanner Pearson. Nice shot. It almost actually looks like it's tipped. Habs make it 3-2. As far as I can tell, looking at it's saying that it's Savard, and actually, it's actually Savard from Pearson, and Harvey Pinard. So Harvey Pinard gets a point for the first time in a long while. He gets his 8th point of the year. I'm just marking that down on my little word pad here. So yeah, it's 3-2. Habs press for the tie game right away. Caufield does a nice shot that's wide. And at the end of the period, we've got some words being exchanged. Sorry. All the guys on the ice for the Canadiens and the Flames just kind of near the benches, just talking about it. I thought the game might get crazy. Spoiler, no, it doesn't. It was a very, very boring third period, unfortunately. It's a 3-2. Flames lead. The shots out of the second period are 28-19 for the Canadiens, though. The Habs get a 2-on-1 after a brief Flames chance. Shot is just wide by Slafkovsky, though. And the Flames go to the power play because Slafkovsky gets pushed into Dustin Wolf by Mackenzie Weegar, so naturally you penalize Slafkovsky. Thank you, refs. You single-handedly the reason for 2 goals being scored on us tonight. Because 6 seconds in, Nazem Kadri buries it, and who else is on that play avoiding man coverage but Mike Matheson, elite defensive defenseman, of course. Habs are 1 for 3 on the penalty kill just like that. Gallagher gets involved with Weegar after a play in front. Galley tried to whack at a loose puck, so they go at it. That would happen later on with another Flame. I believe it was Blake Coleman, actually. But here it's 5-2 Flames. Daniil Miromanov with his 2nd as a Flame. Daniil Miromanov, I've seen a little bit of him now. I'm liking him. I'm glad that he seems to be doing good with the Flames. Hopefully that 2-year extension proves to be a bargain and he ends up actually being a very solid D-man. But a really solid passing play. He's behind his net, he's behind the Habs net, passes it to Weegar, gets the shot, and on the rebound, Primo tries to get the stick out, but Miromanov does bury it. And yeah, that would be the last goal of the game. Then Dustin Wolf arrives to the NHL officially. A pair of great stops. Caufield on the rebound right out to Suzuki. Kicks the pad across. Prevents it from being 5-3. That is really the play where you knew the game was dead. There was no chance the Habs would come back at that point. Plenty of shots, though, for the Canadiens. Just not getting tips or men in front to really, drive the puck home, unfortunately. And then the Habs have nothing but pressure after the Flames get a little bit of a clear. Nearly 2 minutes in the zone, top line transitioning into the fourth line. Couple stops for Wolf. I thought that he'd been very, very solid tonight. The Habs just couldn't get much, really, at that stage in the game. Flames causing some turnovers. They're coming back, but there's nothing on net. The Habs do get back with the third line for the Flames. They played well. I think the Flames overall played a very solid game tonight. I think that a lot of why the Canadiens are losing, by the way, I'll say this, I think a lot of why the Canadiens are losing recently, it's the lack of depth. You look at the team, and I know that this is very out of nowhere, but I feel like this is very relevant to why we're not scoring a whole lot, especially recently. Your second line, Waugh and Newhook, I think they're very solid together. I think that ideally, though, you would want Newhook at the wing. You probably would want that line to maybe be Newhook, Doc, and Waugh. Or I guess if we're doing it the way that you guys see it, Newhook, Doc, and Waugh. You'd probably want it to be like that, have Newhook on the wing, because I think he played much better there. Maybe next year, that's your second line. Maybe you try that out, Newhook, Doc, and Waugh. I think that could actually be a very solid second line. But right now you have Armia with him. I like Armia. The goal scoring has slowed down from where it was 35 games ago when it felt like he was scoring every other game for a little while. And then you look at the third line. Gallagher and Anderson are paired with Evans. You have Brendan Gallagher and Josh Anderson, who at this point are ideally fourth liners. And you have these guys being forced to play with a guy who is a defensive forward. He's suited for a fourth line. Prime penalty kill minutes. No shit, that line's not going to score. You have two guys who can barely hit the net, paired with Jake Evans, who's a defensive forward. And your fourth line, I mean, Harvey Pinard is having a god-awful season. Pearson's just not clicking, and White is, again, just like Evans, defensive forward, suited for a fourth line, prime penalty kill minutes. Yeah. So offensively, I completely get why we're not scoring, because we don't have most of our good prospects in the system yet. We don't have Sean Farrell. We don't have Owen Beck. We don't have Philip Mizar. We don't have Jacob Perreault. We don't have Florian Jacki, who's probably going to suit in very well on the third or fourth line, you know. We're missing our second line center in Doc, you know. So I think that's a lot of why we're not scoring, again, is the depth. And, you know, defensively, apparently we're okay, because I think we're still top 5, if not top 3, or top 3, if not top 5, in defensive goals this season. Defensemen scoring goals. Goals by defensemen. That's the easy way to say it. So that's a part where we seem to be okay at, and that's actually probably going to increase heavily once we get Hudson and Reinbacher and Mayu in the lineup consistently, I'll say. So yeah, I won't be surprised to see that whatsoever. But you look at the Flames as well. Huberdeau, Kadri, Pospisil. You have an enforcer with 2 offensive players. Sharon Govik and Kuzmenko are good offensive forwards. Mangiapane and Backlund can put up some offense. Coronado, if he were on that third line, that's 3 very solid lines overall. You know, that's a very good offensive lineup. And then even on the blue line, Uyghur is, I think they said, second in defensive goals by a defenseman in the league with 15. Anderson can put up some offense. Shillington can do the same. Miromanov, he has 2 goals in I think 5 games with the Flames since the deadline. You know, they have guys who can put the puck in the back of the net. It's just that the Canadiens don't have that right now, and I think it's completely fair. I think it's completely all right. That we're not getting offense in bunches, because again, Galley's not going to be here in 3 years. Andy's not going to be in 3 years. Evans is a defensive forward. Don't really worry much about his offense. Armia's probably not here in 3 years. Harvey Pinard's not here in 3 years. White's not here in 3 years. Pearson's not here in 3 years. The only guys who are here in 3 years, the top line, Waugh and Newhook. At least offensively, of course. The blue line is obviously another question. You have 5 guys out of 12 on your forwards who are probably here in 3 years. Well, 6, because maybe Evans is still the fourth line center. Maybe, we'll see though. I wouldn't mind that, but I can see why we might not end up using him, because you have Mazar and Beck who are probably third and fourth line, and Xavier Simoneau as well. Blah 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 blah. But you have at minimum 5 guys, or probably at most 6 right now. Of course, this is excluding Doc because he's not healthy. You have 5 guys who were in tonight's lineup who are guaranteed to be in the line 3 years from now. Basically guaranteed. Or in the plans to be in the lines 3 years from now. That's fine. Pearson's gone after this year. White's gone after this year. Pinard, they probably try in the third or fourth line next year. Just try and get him a rebound season. Andy Galley as well, obviously. Armia could maybe be an off-season move. I think it depends if they can get a third or a second for him. I think that would probably be the going rate is, hey, if we can get a good asset for Armia, that'd be fine. They don't want to just throw him out. I completely get that. But yeah, you're losing basically 2/3 of your fourth line as of right now. Probably hoping to try and sell Galley and Andy. But, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't worry about the offensive depth right now, personally. Finished off the game. Flames trying to get some turnovers. Habs press. Kadri is a big hit on Pospisil at center ice. That's very funny. Habs look for the 5-3 deficit. After the Flames goals, it had been a good period for the Habs. I think the third was solid. You just knew they weren't going to come back. Habs do pressure in the last couple minutes. Flames are allowing Wolf to see any pucks that he wants to. After a whistle, Galley for the third time this period gets involved with the Flame, but it's not necessarily the, scrapping or whatever. Just a little push, walk away. And that would do it. The Habs lose another game, unfortunately. 5-2 is your final score for the Flames. The shots 38-28 for the Habs. This video's been long enough. Let's get to the stats and let's get on out of here. Nick Suzuki leads the Habs with 26 goals, 37 assists, 63 points. Cole Caufield, finally, 20 goals, 33 assists, 53 points on the year. Michael Matheson, 9 goals, 38 assists, 47 points. Yaroslavsky has passed Sean Monahan now. 14 goals, 22 assists, 36 points. Speaking of Sean Monahan, when he was a Canadian, 13 goals, 22 assists, 35 points. Alex Newhook, 10 goals, 12 assists, 22 points. Jake Evans, 5 goals, 17 assists, 22 points. Brendan Gallagher, 11 goals, 9 assists, 20 points. Josh Anderson, 7 goals, 10 assists, 17 points. Ualarbia, 11 goals. Sorry. 11 goals, 5 assists, 16 points. David Savard, 6 goals, 10 assists, 16 points. Kaden Guhle, 4 goals, 11 assists, 15 points. Justin Byrne, who's currently down in Laval, had 6 goals, 6 assists, 12 points. Tanner Pearson, 5 goals, 7 assists, 12 points. Arbor Jakai with 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points. Shout out the Sheriff. Michael Pizzetta, who's on, weirdly enough, a healthy scratch right now. 3 goals, 7 assists, 10 points. Jonathan Kovacevic with 3 goals, 7 assists, 10 points. Jonathan Kovacevic, 6 goals, 3 assists, 9 points. Joshua Waugh, 4 goals, 4 assists, 8 points. Jordan Harris, 2 goals, 6 assists, 8 points. Raphael Harpernard with a goal, 7 assists for 8 points. Christian Dvorak, who's unfortunately out for the remainder of the year, and Jesse Olinen each have 3 goals, 4 assists, 7 points. Dayton Struble, 2 goals, 4 assists, 6 points. Gustav Lindstrom, when he was a Canadian, had 3 goals and assists for 4 points. Mitchell Stevens, who's currently down in Laval, had 2 goals and assists for 3 points. Kirby Doc, who's unfortunately out for the remainder of the year. Caden Primo and Sam Montembeau each have 2 assists on the year. Brendan Gignac, who's currently down in Laval, has a goal. And Jake Allen, when he was a Canadian, had an assist. Caden Primo has both of the Canadians' shutouts for this season. And in terms of fights, Michael Pizzetta leads with 6. Arbor Jackai's got 5. Josh Anderson's got 4. Kaden Guhle and Jonathan Kovacevic each with 2. Josef Kowski, Tanner Pearson, and Jaden Struble each with a fight this year. So yeah, that is going to do it for today's video, guys. Thank you all so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share, and it includes, but it's not limited to YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, and everything else. Please, yeah, my name is Harry Rice. Thank you guys so much for watching again. My name is Harry Rice. Link subscription on the Amazon, which is the P.O. Box, the PayPal, Discord, Letterboxd Spinner account, the Discord, Twitch, Spinner account, Streamlabs, all that down below. I probably said once or 2 more times. But yeah, all that good stuff down there as well. Thank you guys again for watching. My name is Rice, and I am out. I just remember, no matter how bad we were last year, how fairly whatever we've been like this year, and how much better we'll be like next year. Go Habs, go baby. Thank you guys again for watching. My name is Rice again, and I am out. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye guys. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye guys. Love you guys. See you guys.